Welcome back to Next Stop Mississippi. I am Jermaine Flood.
Welcome back to your hair.
Welcome back to your hair.
You couldn't even catch his mic fast enough, Java.
Welcome back to your hair. We're not even going to let that intro come in.
He said,
Java, welcome back to her hair.
Yeah, I saw the infancy yesterday.
Yeah.
And
he knows all about the infancies and the births and everything.
Oh, wow.
We're full grown today.
Yeah.
We're full grown today.
Yeah, I make sure I put in my time sheets for when I need.
Taking all 15 minutes to fry the hair.
Listen,
Get back to it.
Listen,
Sorry.
I know you were going to go in. It's going to be hair today. I'm Jermaine Flood. Let me welcome the loudest traveling partner in the room, Kamel King.
We in the house.
We are in the house, and then my other traveling partner, the man with all of the plans. It's Java Chatman.
I'm here.
Yay.
Yes.
And we got some friends in the building.
We
Yes,
do have some
yes.
friends in the building. We
Absolutely.
do. Before we get to my beautiful friends, who I've known for some time, one of them, the other one I've just met not too long ago, but I feel like I've known him for
Last year.
forever. Yeah.
Let's just
Marcus
say it.
and I last year. Let me introduce them quickly. Belinda Lane
Yay.
with Mississippi Organ Recovery Agency.
Yes.
Former MPB employee
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let me welcome her to the show today. And
Thank
then
you.
Marcus, I know I'm probably going to chop up your last name, Rounsaville.
You got her.
Did I do it right?
That is 1 out of 131 times she'll get a name right. So you are blessed,
First
my
time.
brother.
First time.
But he has a middle name, and I'm throwing up quotes because it's a middle name on like his socials or whatever, but it's Marcus Fireman.
Mr. Fireman.
Mr. Fireman Rounsaville.
That's a loaded name, and we'd like to dig more into that, sir.
Before we dig into it, let's dig into some of this red that we've got on today. Today is Go Red for Women.
Yay.
It's National Wear Red for Women Day. Will you go red today? This is for the first Friday in February because cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women. So we wear red to be seen, to be counted, to be heard, and to make an impact. And women at every age, stage, and season of life need support as they take on our greatest health threat, and that is cardiovascular disease. So we're wearing red together today.
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Java's got a red heart.
Well,
And-
you know,
His blood reads red.
listen, I got your notes at an inopportune time. And it really showed I don't have any red in my
I know.
closet.
Let me tell you what happened.
I don't.
I've got like two outfits and then Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I made a beeline left to Ross. Where all dreams happen.
Ross.
And Ross was like, "Let me show you what I've got for you, Jermaine." And they
Some little
they
red
gave me-
hearts.
with the
Wonderful.
hearts.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're
I
right
know
on
he
time.
snatched it and ran to the register.
Ross all the time.
Right. Wonderful.
Ross for less.
Ross for less.
Right. Listen, let's get into our first stop of the day. It's one that definitely hits home for me, and it's one that I had the pleasure of being able to host last year. I cried while I was there. I ate good while I was there. I listened to some good entertainment while I was there. And I had this man who was co-hosting with me, and he was a comedian. And it was just the most funniest thing.
Was he hilarious?
He was slightly hilarious. I was a little taken aback because I didn't know he was a comedian. And then he just started ripping them, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I gotta co-host with this."
Wow.
That guy sounds amazing.
Right. So this
I
is
Who
absolutely
was
think
that
both
guy?
hosts were
Who was that
amazing.
guy?
You gotta meet him.
I
Right.
think both were just it was a match made in heaven.
It
for
was
sure.
a match made in heaven, and we're making it again this year at the Influencing the Future of Donation, a Black History Month celebration, Thursday, February 20th, 6 p.m. at the 2 Mississippi Museums. Belinda, let everybody know basically the purpose, the birth of this event for the Mississippi Organ Recovery
So
Agency.
last year was actually our very first year to provide the Scala.
Okay.
And it's to be able to bring insight about organ, eye, and tissue donation. And of course, as you said, we had some stories, some very compelling stories about organ donation, some stories about people who've been recipients, people who actually been donors, because most folks were so surprised to know that even Jermaine
Yeah.
has gone into that world of donation. And so it was very compelling for people. Marcus, who's a comedian who does a lot of laughing,
Yeah.
but at one point talked about his journey and not having laughed so much at the situation that he was going through at the time. So our thoughts is to be able to bring this information to folks and let them know how important organ donation truly is. It's not something that's talked about nearly as much as things like, of course, the Go Red for
or
heart
breast
or
cancer
breast
awareness.
cancer awareness. But it does happen to so many people. In the state of Mississippi alone, we have over 1,300 men, women, and children who are on the wait list waiting for life-saving organs.
Yeah.
So that's a big number for the state of Mississippi, believe it or not. And whereas we have so many people who say, I believe in donation, only about 40% of folks are registered. And so that number is really low for the state of Mississippi. And we need more people to register now than ever.
That's right.
And so we are trying to bring about awareness in any possible way that we can. But this was such a beautiful platform to be able to put it out there and get people in the Jackson, Mississippi to understand how important this conversation really, really is.
That's right, Belinda.
This subject, I think, in a lot of communities, and I'd say even more personally in the African American community, is just not even talked about. It's not a subject matter, and a lot of us really don't understand how important it is
Right.
until it touches ourselves or someone in our family.
Absolutely.
And I remember when my best friend, who has passed on now, who was like my brother, and when he had to get on dialysis and then got on the list, it put it on Front Street. And then you start thinking, even being a donor when you pass, people yourself think so selfishly, I'm gonna keep all my stuff.
Yes.
But your spirit is gone,
Yes.
and you could be helping someone else to live.
Let
Right.
me piggyback off of this a little bit, because here is what is so, I'm not going to say ironic, but it's definitely a blessing. I knew Steve Marino.
Yes, indeed.
And Steve and I connected years ago when I was at 97.7 about him being on dialysis
Right.
and my father being on dialysis and me giving my father my kidney because he was on dialysis.
Right.
So me and him connected there. And then I go to this event and then I connect with Marcus. And Marcus is a recipient, you know what I'm saying, of an organ. And so it's so wild to me how we can all kind of just touch bases with each other,
Right.
and it's so organic.
Yes,
Like
indeed.
I didn't call Belinda,
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I didn't know Steve was going through that until I figured it out. You know,
Right.
and it was just so wild that I was involved in this story.
And strangely enough, Jermaine mentioned that I worked for MPB and we were neighbors in the office at one point. And I remember you telling me the story about you and your dad. Like one day we were just having a conversation and you shared that story with me, and I will never
But
forget
you know
it.
why I shared it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Because Belinda is a breast cancer survivor.
Wonderful.
And so when we started talking about that, that's how we got on it.
Glory
Exactly.
be to God.
Right.
And so the other thing about that is that most people don't even realize when we talk about organ donation, we're not just talking about those things that people point out, like you guys just pointed out about the kidneys. We talk about the heart.
So many other things.
Yeah, there's so many other things that people are able to donate. I had the opportunity to be able to go to the fire stations with Marcus because he's a former fireman, and so
Hence the name.
every
Change it to Mr. Retired.
but in every session, Marcus will tell you. I would ask, "Is there anyone in here who's ever torn their ACL?" Hands would go up. Right, Marcus?
Yes, not
And
lying.
so they were not even aware that you could donate your ACL. So folks are
What?
just not, you can
I am
donate.
today years old finding that out.
Yeah.
What?
You can donate your ACL. The other part of that is, as being a breast cancer survivor, I try and share with folks all the time that One of the things that stands out to me is that a lot of times when breast cancer survivors get reconstruction, have reconstructive surgery, sometimes they will need additional tissue. And where does that tissue come from? It comes from a donor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So not only are you saying yes to organ donation, but you're saying yes to tissue donation as well, which impacts so many people in so many other ways.
That's right.
Yes.
Marcus,
Yeah.
you know, I want to get into your story because I heard it at last year's event. But Marcus, talk about your story of receiving the organ you received.
Okay, cue the sad music. Cue the sad music. Okay, so at about 2022, things started changing in my body. Now, prior to this, as you stated before, this conversation, I can wholeheartedly say that I never had a day in my life sat and had a conversation about organ donation.
Right.
Not once. I've talked hours.
Right.
And not 1 minute or second came up with
Organ
donation for anything, an eye, tissue, bone, nothing. And now I'm faced with the fact that I need it.
Right.
And I came up with every excuse as to what was going on inside of my body rather than face what it actually was. So mine wasn't because of regular failure of the liver or kidney. It was my own destruction.
Yeah.
Alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
And it tore the inside of me. I didn't. Outside, I looked fine to me, but inside, I couldn't see. And it started with a series of seizures, and I still blamed it on lack of sleep. This, that, and the third. And I was still drinking.
Yeah.
And I guess my body said, "Well, if you don't want to do anything about it, I'll do it for you." And in about the end of 2022, beginning of October, I fell out.
Wow.
I don't know what happened after that. I couldn't tell you literally what happened. I was in Biloxi, and weeks later I woke up and I was in Jackson. So I was in the hospital in Gulfport. I don't remember the ambulance coming. I don't remember getting transported. I couldn't tell you where Gulfport Hospital is.
Yeah.
And so eventually they airlifted me to Jackson. And that's when they said, "Hey, you need these organs." The liver failed first, and then in the process of waiting, then the kidney failed.
Oh, wow.
Kidneys.
Wow.
And so I was a shell of myself. I was healthy, well, clearly not healthy, but
What appeared to
be healthy. I was a 200-pound firefighting machine.
Right.
Drove the fire truck, went in fire, saved lives,
Right.
risked mine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Worked a second job at night, and then I was 121 pounds all of a sudden. I was a skeleton.
Man.
And I was in the hospital, and shout out to Uncle Sam. My uncle, he did his big one, me being a Marine veteran, and they took care of the whole situation. I got a new liver, new kidney, and this was a 3-month process. And I hate telling the story to people because they come back and like, "Hey, you know, my uncle is on dialysis. He's on the list, been for 8 years,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this for 10 years." And I'm coming around like, "Hey, 3 months, hi." And I'm like, "Man, it don't feel right." But
it's
survivors
because you
were more-
were. It's because you
served your
were
country.
extremely ill
right.
too.
If I didn't
was a
get mine,
reason.
I was
yeah.
going to die.
Yeah.
You can live on dialysis, but without these two, it was a wrap for me.
Yeah. Wow.
So I had to do inpatient dialysis for a couple of months, get my weight up, then do this many months of outpatient dialysis, and I had to relearn to walk, talk, eat, feed myself.
Yeah.
2.5 pounds felt like 225.
Yeah.
Man.
Lifting a cell phone, it was nothing. Jaundice in my eyes.
Yeah.
I was
Going through.
it was a wrap.
Going through.
I'm a grown man wearing diapers.
Talk about after life after receiving.
After the recovery process, looking back on it, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad. The at-home rehab, trying to get better, trying to build my weight back up. I didn't look like myself anymore.
Yeah.
Mentally, it puts you in a different place.
Yeah.
Of course.
And so now that I'm back and I'm walking these donation walks, in March there's a walk coming up, Race for Donation.
April.
Oh, in April. So don't show up in March.
You'll be walking
Well,
alone.
walking
Mr.
along.
Fireman
You'll be
and
walking
belittling
alone.
everybody.
Taking this journey by myself.
Well, I'm so happy for
And
you.
so
Yes.
yeah,
I love this.
to see me now is like you'd have never thought that
That's right.
something happened.
That's right.
Right.
And so many stories
bless you.
like this happen at this Influencing the Future of Donation, a Black
Exactly.
History Month celebration. Belinda, let everybody know what they can expect February 20th.
So it's going to be a great gala. We're having a gala. It's formal. And so we'll be honoring folks like Rita B., Bobby Rush, Sheriff Tyree Jones, Bishop Ronald Crudup,
Yes.
Dr. Mark Henderson, all who are A-listers in the area, and we're super excited too because this year we have a story about bravery, giving. We have a gentleman by the name of Robert Jones who's going to share the story of his late wife.
Okay.
He's a member of the Mega Sci-Fi. And so I met Robert in Tupelo, Mississippi. And so he's going to be sharing his story. We have Jock Webb, who's going to be taking it on home and playing the blues on his harmonica. We have Mad Drama, who's going to be coming and sharing their theatrical performance.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited about the entertainment. I'm excited about the honorees, and most importantly, the stories that will be shared to help influence folks to become registered organ donors. And one of our all-time favorites, Dr. Robert Smith, who's one of the oldest Black doctors here in the area. He's going to also talk about a bit of history in terms of what it was like during his era in coming through as a professional and as a doctor. So I am so excited about this one. I know you guys are going to have a great time.
Look, last year, our very own Java Chapman was part of the
Was an
campaign.
honoree, yes.
I've got that photo. Y'all pull that up, Blake and Sahana. But he was part of the campaign.
Yes.
And he was able to accept one of those awards, right?
Yes, absolutely. So Marcus, Java, and I are wearing our Yes You Should shirts today
Yeah.
because our campaign was entitled Yes You Should. And so, yes, Java received the award for the Yes You Should. He was out on the billboard. Felt like he was a
Java.
Yes.
star.
Yes.
You was out here modeling Big Baby.
Yeah, he's got a whole campaign, and I've got the photo.
Yeah,
Ow!
I just put it up on the live stream. But
Oh, they showed it.
I did have to thank Belinda for getting me
Surprises.
putting my mug on a billboard.
Yeah,
That had
yeah.
never happened before. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
GQ Java.
Java is a model. He's
GQ
modeled for MPB
Java.
and he's modeled for Mississippi
All
Organ
right then.
Recovery.
Yes.
And he got new specs on.
So, and I do want to invite everybody out, Jermaine. It's not too late to get tickets. You can go to our website, www.msora.org.
Okay.
Tickets are only $25. You're going to get a great meal.
Yes. I
Gonna
know.
get-
I know.
Someone say meal.
I went back for seconds.
Was that included in the ticket, or did you steal those like a
I
library
waited until
books?
everybody went through first, and then I came back.
But we're going to have
we
a
don't
great
believe that.
time again.
Marcus, don't look at me.
Yeah. So you can still get those tickets. We certainly want you to know that you can also register to be an organ donor. You can register at your driver's license station. You can register online. You can register using your iPhone in the health app even. And if you just need to, you can see me and I'll get you registered with my phone. So just
She would
make sure
definitely
you
do
register.
that.
That's right.
She called me at McAllister's, and that's where I registered.
Like, come on over here, right? Now, step on over
Yeah, you
here.
want the Italian sandwich and
Yes.
a registration,
A
please?
That's right, Marcus. Can they expect more of this out of you?
Yes, yes.
And what can they expect out of you?
I'm gonna look at Marcus.
Then I'm gonna look at her.
I'm gonna
and-
follow Marcus's lead like I did last year.
Now,
Nice.
Jermaine, I need to flip the script on you real quick and ask you about being a living donor. So we didn't really get to touch on that
Yeah.
enough as
exactly.
you
Put me
being
on
a
spot.
living donor.
Put me on spot.
Yeah.
A living donor for me is a little bit different because I came from the background of my father had the same issue that Marcus had. He was he had alcoholism, and so when I was asked to go through the process of seeing if we were a match. it was a bit of a strain at the time, you know. And then, wild enough, we were a perfect match. Of
Yes.
course, I walk like him, and I act like him a lot. And so we were a perfect match. At the age of 21, I ended up giving him my kidney at the University of Alabama out there, and they were great to me and everything. For him, his recovery was a little bit slower than mine was. I bounced back in about a week because I was like, I cannot be down. But I've after living after he passed in 2015 and living after the fact of the issues that he had when he passed too. There's times when I have good moments with the idea that I donated, and then you have these moments that you think, you know, and I told it a little bit at last year's
Gala, yeah.
at the gala, where you think, you know,
But
are they not gonna do right with my donation? That's
Yeah.
where I'm trying to go with it.
That's
But let me
mm-hmm.
ask you this too. Here's the thing: there's so many people who are sometimes on the fence about making that decision, but you made it for someone you love.
That's right.
And so one of the things that we have to point out is the fact that there are two kinds of donors. People get scared and they think we're going to take their kidneys immediately when they see us coming. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's not the case. You made a choice and a decision to give your dad one of your kidneys while you're yet alive. And how many years out are you?
Shoots, that was 2003
Yeah.
or 2004 when I gave him my kidney. Yeah, 04.
So that's been a long time.
Yeah.
And so you're still healthy and doing well. And and so
exactly.
we want people to understand that because you donate one of your kidneys, it doesn't mean that life is over for you.
Yeah, and you can't determine, and I said that too, you can't determine what this recipient does with your organ that you've donated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you have to kind of be settled in that. And
Yeah.
and I've gotten settled. I've gotten settled.
Yes.
My father, he was a funny man, even though, you know, there were times of turmoil.
Well, we can see where you got your sense of humor.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody in your family was very funny for you to be
It was
funny.
it was that man.
You're a hoop.
I know, it was
right.
that man. Listen,
Yes.
you can get so many more of these stories. Influencing the Future of Donation, a Black History Month celebration, Thursday, February 20th. Sign up, like Belinda said. That's msora.org, and you can get all
Absolutely.
the information there. I am so proud to be a part of this event again, alongside Marcus, Mr. Fireman Roundsville,
Yes.
and alongside you, Belinda. And just thank you so much.
I'm happy to have both of you.
Thank you
Yes.
so
So
much.
I'm
happy.
happy to be here.
Exactly. Thank God, man. That's what I'm talking
Marcus,
about.
like Jermaine called me. I'm on my way. Listen, everybody, it's time for us to take a break. Hold on tight. When we return, we're checking out what's happening around your neck of the woods. This is Next Stop Mississippi on MPB Think Radio. Listen, Java snapping selfies, Melinda and them in the mass control room. I'm showing
Yes,
off.
you should.
Put the camera on
Yes,
them.
you should.
Put the camera on him.
It's super easy. Sign up when you get your driver's license.
Put the camera on them. Listen, everybody, we are back, and you are tuned in to Next Stop Mississippi. I am in with my traveling partners, entertainment attorney Kamel King and Java Chapman, who is now the photographer.
Ugh.
And Kamel, what's going on around your neck of the woods?
Oh man.
Let me know. I know
It's so much. It's so much.
Let everybody know.
Oh,
This is your platform.
thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Look, well,
I'm about to break it down for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, we have, launched our artist management firm.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. The Fresconas.
I should have threw that image in. I will throw it in later. No, but yes.
And I'm managing the Emerald Tiger Artist Management firm.
Yes.
And we have signed our first couple of our first artist
Right.
was Grammy Award winning Dexter Allen.
Right.
Yeah, Stevie
I've
J.
seen
Blues
photos of
just-
you. You over here looking like Swiss Beats.
I'm out of the suit and tie game for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
You look like Swiss Beats. You in the studio
Not
walking
Swiss
around.
They got studio gear on.
yeah. He's doing it.
Yeah, but everything is just wonderful, and and not even from a personal thing, just what we are doing, the creative parts we helping, Mississippi art. Well, artists are from everywhere,
Right.
And booking and managing, but we really are mining the diamonds under our feet, as as Mr. Frescona says, the old African adage. You know what I'm saying? So
Awesome. And you've got the arsenal for it, baby. You've got the arsenal.
Having fun.
Yeah.
We having fun. We pumping out, like, literally we sit down and have an idea, and within 48, 72 hours, creative teams from around the world, we pull together and we produce stuff in like days.
Because they got the goat at the head.
Goat.
Goat.
He's the head. I'm just working.
She's talking about you, Camille.
I know. Goat. Yeah, I'm talking about him right here.
look,
The goat at the head. Of course, he's got his goat at his head, but yeah.
That's right.
The
Well,
goat
thank you.
at the head of the Emerald Tiger.
Well, look, shout out to Mr. Frescona, Mike Frescona, Chloe Summerall, Darius, Kay Gay, myself, my dad, Jesse Thompson,
Doing it.
we mob it.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to helping, artists go to the next level.
Congrats.
Yep. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay, here's what else is happening around your neck of the woods. New Stage Theater presents Katori Hall's The Mountaintop. That's going to be happening through February 16th at New Stage Theater. Excuse me. It's a powerful and thought-provoking drama that reimagines the final night of Dr. Martin Luther King before his assassination. It takes audiences behind the public figure to reveal a deeply human and vulnerable side of one of history's most iconic leaders. And New Stage Theater gives it to him every time. And this is no different by Katori Hall, The Mountaintop. Beautiful imagery for the play itself. But New Stage Theater is located at 1100 Carlisle Street in Jackson, Mississippi. Here's what else is happening around your neck of the woods. It's the African American Read-In at the Black Prairie Blues Museum. That's happening Friday, February 7th, today, 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. in West Point, Mississippi. It's hosted by Dr. Janice Coleman, the MSU Department of Art and Galleries. The Black Prairie Blues Museum, Mississippi State University faculty and students, and the greater Golden Triangle community to make literacy a significant part of Black History Month. They're reading in at this event. Again, that's the African American Read-In. It is free. Admission is free. Doors open at 4:30 p.m. tonight, this afternoon, Friday, February 7th.
Yes.
Here's another Black History event that I am super excited about because my friend is actually going to be guest speaking, Miss Rena Evers Everett. It's the 2025 Black History Gala. That's tomorrow, February 8th at Cadence Bank Arena in Tupelo, Mississippi. Of course, she is the daughter of civil rights icons, Medgar and Murray Evers. And this is going to be an event and a night to remember. They have got a lineup of people. Again, if you want any more information about any of these events, you can visit MPB's event calendar. That's SIP Events. You'll find it right there in our community tab. Again, that's the 2025 Black History Gala. That's Saturday, February 8th, Cadence Bank Arena, Tupelo, Mississippi. Guest speaker, Rena Evers Everett.
Yes.
Here's something else that's happening around your neck of the woods. Sunday, we all know what that day is. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
Who are you going for?
I'm going for Jalen Hurts.
Well,
That's a nice one. It's a nice pick.
Jav, you didn't sound like you agreed.
No, I mean, you know,
He plays for this team called the Eagles, but we are rooting for Jalen Hurts. And if the ladies know what I'm talking about,
Oh, well, here we go.
the ladies know what I'm talking about.
I think this is a charged decision.
So the ladies are watching the Super Bowl Sunday for two things: Jalen
Okay.
Hurts and this in the halftime show,
yes.
because Kendrick Lamar is performing with SZA.
yes.
So it's gonna be a good Super Bowl.
Man, I can't wait to see Kendrick do his thing.
Yeah, I really want to see what actually he's gonna do.
Yeah.
because you
So
know
we'll
it's gonna
see.
be phenomenal.
You know
Whatever
it
it
is.
is,
Right.
But what actually is he gonna do?
We'll see.
Right.
So if you want to watch it, there is a grown folks Super Bowl party, Score and Pour, that Sunday, 5 p.m. it starts, 440 North Mill Street in Jackson. Of course, it's the Chiefs versus the Eagles. Pull up and enjoy a great drink and good food with some rabid football fans.
Did you say score and pour?
Yeah, Score and Pour.
That sounds dangerous.
It does, and they said adults only. Don't
let
bring
me
the
tell
kids.
you how this works. It says represent your squad. Wear your Chiefs or Eagles jersey, and if they score, we pour shots.
Like
If
I
who
said,
scores?
like I
Everybody?
said, dangerous.
Whenever anybody scores.
Dangerous.
Right,
There's a
dangerous.
point on the board. Pour.
Right, poor. Right.
Safety.
Extra
Pour.
point, poor.
Okay. Here's what else is happening around your neck of the woods. Something that I love. Lego Club is happening.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God.
Cabell, we're gonna have to convince Jermaine to let the cameras into her
Yes,
office.
it's a
Oh,
Lego-
he said that. He wants people to come in and look at everything.
They need to see it. I mean, you got cameras on you right now. Might as well take a look behind
I should have
the...
brought one of my Lego sets in
Lego
for
Emporium.
show and tell. I'll do it one day. But this is the Lego Club at Goodman Public Library, Tuesday, February 11th, 3:30 p.m. in Goodman, Mississippi. They're saying join them at the library for an afternoon of creativity and fun, perfect for children of all ages. But listen to this.
You're a child of your age.
Parents and guardians are encouraged. I'm a guardian. I ain't guardian no child, but
What are you, Garden?
me and them Legos. But they're inviting these young builders and their parents and guardians, not Jermaine, to explore their imagination and engage in open-ended play, making it a fantastic opportunity for family bonding.
Let me tell you something real quick before you move on.
I'll take Kennedy.
Yeah, I'm not. Because let me tell you my
Let me get
experience
Java's babies.
at Legoland. Okay, I went to Legoland with Kennedy in Dallas, right? And I mean, we having a good time, but you know, you sit down in these piles of mixed Legos. I mean, they're just big dumps of Legos to put stuff together. And people reach over into yours to try to find what they're looking for.
Like there ain't
And I
enough in
mean,
front
I
of
was in
them.
there, you know, I was having a little bit of problems with that. I was looking at kids like, hey, yo, this is my pile.
Personal space.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Java, tell a story about the girls not wanting just random Legos.
Oh, well, Christmas. Yeah, with Christmas time, we were, you know, what do you want for Christmas? And Jermaine has put a heavy influence on them, and they want
Heavy.
Legos. But they said
Heavy.
not just regular Legos. We want Legos with the instructions.
Don't get the net mix box of
Don't
Legos.
get the mix box. We
That
need to
stuff
know what we
expensive.
putting together.
It is expensive.
And yeah, they were, as I say, they're particular.
Yeah.
They're very particular.
They didn't want the
about what
Temu Legos.
Oh no, they want the box with the picture and the instructions.
Yeah, they ain't on Poshmark either.
No. So listen, if you need some Lego fun in your life, join them at the library, Goodman Public Library, Tuesday, February.
Camille
the
King will
11th.
not be there. Let me tell you
Me and
guys.
Kennedy and Marley and Phoenix, we pulling up deep, baby.
I'll be in the car.
We pulling up deep.
I'll be in the car.
We're going to be like, set them Legos out. Okay, listen, here's what else is happening around your neck of the woods. It's the Mississippi Museum of of Art's film screening, This World Is Not My Own. It's a unique documentary and animation film which tells the life story of self-taught artist Nellie Mae Rowe. Afterwards, there will be a panel discussion, Q&A with the filmmakers to learn more about this movie. But since its inception in 1975, Southern Circuit Tour of Independent Filmmakers has brought influential independent filmmakers and their films from around the country to communities in the South. So this is a traveling film with other tour stops as well. And one of those other tour stops is right before this one. It'll be Wednesday, February 12th, Cleveland, Mississippi. It's going to be at the Delta Arts Alliance at 7 p.m. There would be a cash bar available. Again, Q&A with the filmmakers. And this, again, is the MMA film screening, This World Is Not My Own, Thursday, February 13th, 6 p.m. In Jackson, Mississippi, and at the Mississippi Museum of Art. And then February 12th at the Delta Arts Alliance in Cleveland, Mississippi. And finally, here's what's happening around your neck of the woods. It's an evening with David Porter, Thursday, February 13th, 7 p.m. at Grammy Museum in Cleveland, Mississippi. He's known for penning songs for artists such as James Brown, Celine Dion, Drake, Eminem, Aretha Franklin, Bonnie Raitt, Otis Redding, ZZ Top, and more.
Come on, David
He
Porter.
will make a special appearance at Grammy Museum, Mississippi for an installment of their An Evening With series. And listen, he wrote classics like Sam and Dave's I'm a soul man.
Oh,
I'm
look at
a
you.
soul man.
You're a soul woman. Then you were a soul woman until.
Well, I appreciate that last little riff because
I know all my notes.
The copyright people would have come and get us.
Right.
I threw it off a little. That's nice. Okay, listen, everybody, we're going to a break. When we come back, it's a final stop in Hattiesburg at the 6th Street Museum District's Black History Month celebration of African Americans and labor. You're listening to Next Stop Mississippi on MPB Think Radio. Welcome back to Next Stop Mississippi. I'm Jermaine Flood, in with my traveling partners, entertainment attorney Kamel King and Java Chapman.
Woo!
Kamel, let's go ahead and give it up one quick time for our man.
Eddie Cotton Jr.
Got that big award last
Got
night.
that 2025 Governor's Arts Award.
Congratulations.
That's
and
my
he
guy
tore the
right
house
there.
down. I saw a clip.
Yeah. Rochelle, I stole your video from your Facebook post and reposted it, so I'm just letting you know. Because you were there and I wasn't. But Mr. Frascona came and supported him, but that's my guy right there. He deserved it. He deserved it.
Listen, I've got a special shout out to Kamel's grandma.
Yeah.
Hey, Grandma.
Come on out of that hospital, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma. She's
Lutish
watching
Vaughn.
us.
Yes. My mom is there taking care of her. Love you, praying for you, Grandma.
That's
Yes.
nice. That's nice. Okay, for our final stop of the day, we're heading to the 6th Street Museum District in Hattiesburg for their slate of events in coordination with their 2025 Black History Month theme, African Americans in Labor. I have got my girl on, Vanessa Molden. She is in with us today. Vanessa, welcome back to Next Stop Mississippi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. Listen, I am so excited about this whole month. Y'all know how to do it right. Y'all do it from the top of the month to the bottom of the month. And it's just such a great thing you all do out there at 6th Street Museum District. I want you to go ahead and let everybody know what they can expect out of this month from 6th Street Museum.
Well, we kicked off this month with one of our signature events, our Story Time with the Soldier. And this event is for children in pre-K through 2nd grade.
That happened at 10 o'clock this morning, didn't it?
It did. So we are off and running.
Man.
I love it.
Yes. And so they have an opportunity to actually meet a veteran. Some children have not ever met a veteran, don't know what a veteran is or what they do. And so they have an opportunity to interact, but also, we value literacy and early reading. So this is an opportunity to expose children to reading in a very fun and educational way. Mm-hmm. And this year, with our theme being African Americans in Labor, which is also the national theme, they will read a book around that theme.
Right. And
then we normally have an activity that they do. And so this year, the book that they're reading is really neat. It's actually about some animals. It's called Maxine Gets a Job, but then we transition to tell them about the 688 Postal Battalion and the job that they had to do in the military.
That's right.
And then we have them participate in a fun, interactive activity where they actually get to sort mail. And it's a competition.
They got to move fast.
They got to move fast.
Awesome, Vanessa. I love that. So that happened this morning, and it will also happen the 21st, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have our final story time with the soldier on the 21st. And then we try to have a little bit for everybody. And then on the February the 18th, we have career chat with service members. And this is geared toward high school students. And we have a slate of service members who will come and they will share the profession that they chose, whether the job that they did in the military, and then how that job translates to civilian to the civilian world.
I
example,
love that.
In the Army, if they MOS was construction, then they'll tell them how they can translate that skill that they learned in the military into the civilian world. And so, like I said, that is on February the 18th. We have 2 sections open, one at 9:30 and 10:30. And it'll be like a speed dating type event where they will sit at the table with different service members from the Air Force to the Army to the different branches, and they'll have an opportunity to ask questions, and then the service members will share their experience in the military. And like I said, how that translates to the civilian world. And it's not just for high school students that's interested in going into the military. It's for all high school students.
I love that part. That is a really, really good part of the programming because, high schoolers, everybody doesn't have this directive plan of profession.
Or to college. Right.
And I mean, it's not even, first of all, you're serving your country. And outside of that, the career path that the military can put people on. I mean, I know many success stories, and they translated it from the military to the private sector and sometimes doing both at the same time. And I know people who are retired at my age doing very well. And when you go for other jobs in the private, state, and federal sectors, you get preferential treatment because you served your country.
You do. I'm a product of both of those parents who were bolstered by their service in the military. So that professionally. So yes, that is great. Okay, let us know now, Vanessa, about February 20th.
February the 20th, like I said, we have a little bit for everybody. We done covered the pre-K elementary and then the high schools. And so our final event, of course, is open to the public, but it is called On Strike, Mississippi Freedom Labor Union and Strike City. And this is an undertold story about a story that happened in Leland, Mississippi. In June of 1965, there were a group of Black workers on a plantation in Leland, Mississippi. They were working, and they were working for unfair wages. And so they decided to go on strike as a means of getting fair wages. And unfortunately, their plantation owner evicted them, kicked them off the plantation, basically threw all of their belongings out in the street. And so because of their tenacity and their wherewithal, they decided that they were not going to give up. And so they actually, with the help of some local community members, they actually even went to Washington, D.C. on strike. And they set up tents in Washington, D.C., came back to Leland because they didn't have anywhere to stay. So they actually started building tents, and they lived in tents. But because of some private funds and community organizations, they actually got funded, and they actually started building houses. And so they created their own city, and that city was named Strike City, and it's a part of Leland, Mississippi.
Awesome.
And so
that's a story there, babe.
Yes. And so we have invited Dr. Robert Reese, who is an associate professor of sociology at the University of Texas at Austin, but he's also a Leland native.
Come on now.
And he also graduated from the University of Mississippi. And so he's going to come back and talk with us about the Mississippi Freedom Labor Union, Strike City's labor demands, and also compare that to contemporary labor demands and labor unions. So we're looking forward to inviting him back home to share his research, but also his personal experience. He actually told me he went to church in Strike City.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking forward to him sharing his story and his research and his expertise on that topic.
Awesome. Now listen, the first two events are at the African American Military History Museum, and then the last one we just spoke about is going to be at Eureka, right? At the historic Eureka School.
Yes.
Okay. I love this. Vanessa, talk about your passion on just a little bit. We've got a couple minutes left. I just want you to talk about your passion for working with the district, and especially when it comes down to this month.
Yeah, I just absolutely love it. I have had a very successful career in education. And but I tell people all the time, the best was for last. I mean, there's not a day that I'm not excited to be here because I get an opportunity to meet wonderful people, but wonderful people who have really and truly made an impact on the lives of the people that they touch. And a lot of the stories that we tell have never been told. It's people that have went under the radar who deserves the recognition and the honor. And so it is absolutely my pleasure to play a small part in making that happen.
That's right. Where can they get more information about all of this, Vanessa?
They can get more information by visiting our website at 6th Street Museum District.com. And then also they can follow us on our social media handles. We have one for the African American Military History Museum, the Historic Eureka School, And also they can call us at 601-450-1942.
That's right. Vanessa Molden, Operations and Education Supervisor with the 6th Street Museum District in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I thank you so much for letting us know all about this today.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for doing it with me. I've loved this episode today, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
It's been a beautiful episode, and we've come to the end of another great trip, everyone.
Yes.
Listen, to submit an event and find out more information about these and what's happening around your neck of the woods, visit mpbonline.org. Click the community tab to view SIP events or email events at mpbonline.org. Thank you so much to Belinda Lane, to Marcus Rounsaville, and to Vanessa Molden for joining us on the show today. Next Stop, Mississippi is produced by yours truly. For Java Chapman and Kamel King, entertainment attorney, I'm Jermaine Flood. Today's MMPs were Blake and Sahana. It's Southern Remedy for Women up next, and join us next Friday for a Valentine's Day episode. I've got some stuff in
You gonna rewear the same sweater?
No, I've got a better outfit for next week, and I've got a giveaway too.
Oh, wow.
All right, y'all. 10 a.m. Another great trip here on Next Stop, Mississippi.